What's up guys, today we're playing the new Terraria 1.4.5 Bigger and Bolder update.
This is part 2 of a series, so make sure to check out the other parts as well.
So let's get straight into it.
What's going on guys? We are back with more Terraria. We're back in the Terraria world. And today, what are our plans today? Well, first of all, let's look at some stuff that I made. Right after the last episode, I realized there's a couple of things we could make. So I made the diamond hook, which is obviously best hook we can get right now. Also, I went to some more floating islands. I went like up here and stuff. One of them had a balloon, so I went ahead and made the horseshoe balloon, which I think I'm actually gonna switch for the Shield of Cthulhu, just because I don't know. I don't like the dash low key. Like I don't mess with it. Also, we could make the whip, the new one from the Crimson, which it's got a different sound. It's kind of funny. I think we'll use that actually. It doesn't look as good as a Snapthorn, but it's definitely better than the slime one, so we'll go ahead and put it on here. So today, hopefully we're going to be able to beat an evil boss, either Brain of Cthulhu, Eater of Worlds. I guess both. We might as well go ahead and knock both of them out. But one thing I want to do first is actually look for the new summon weapon, the PAL World one, the new PAL. So I looked up a couple tutorials because it's pretty hard to get. I wouldn't have figured this out on my own. But basically, we just gotta hang out in like the outer fourths of the world until we find it. And so for that, we're gonna grab a water candle actually, because that will increase the spawn rates. Here's the water candle. I decided to come over to this side of the world on the right because we have a pretty big forest area over here, and I believe it can only spawn in the forest biome. So we have a pretty good area here that we can hang around in and wait for these guys to spawn in. So I'm out here farming, and the NPCs just started a party, and I've been running into these weird slimes. They got some confetti slimes. These are new. It's pretty cool to see. I didn't know they added that. So I've been farming out here for so long, King Slime's actually shown up. I've heard that King Slime and the pals have the same spawn rate, so hopefully this is a sign that the pals are going to show up next, bro. Alright guys, so yeah, we just ran into this. Just found Cavia. Alright, so that's one of two. Perfect. We got a really bad reforge. But we finally found one of them. I was worried that it would spawn off screen and I wouldn't know. But it had a little sound cue, so I was able to tell when it spawned in. So let's check this out, I guess. Let's see. Here it is. So we're just going to go with one Cavia and one Flinks, and we have some great variety. So we have another Cavia here. I've heard it can be a bit buggy with like dropping as an item. Whoa, chill. Bro, Cavia just almost died, bruh. Don't worry, we got it. Alright, so this one looks like it has... Okay, that one looks like it has a lot better reforges, actually. Alright. How much damage on that? 10? So it's better than the Flink Staff, I think. Alright, so I just bought this PAL Metal chestplate from the Traveling Merchant. So, like, hopefully this is a sign, bro. Hopefully now we're actually going to get the other PAL, because we've gotten 2 PAL spawns, but it's been the same one both times, and I think the other one is slightly rare, so it might be a little bit annoying to try and farm this other one out, but I feel it, bro. I feel it. It's close. Oh. So we just got this. I was low-key losing my mind farming. If you couldn't tell, I was kind of jamming out, but yeah. So we finally got this thing, and my computer has been crashing, so I'm actually gonna save and exit real quick, make sure we don't lose that, because I'll be pretty mad. So let's see, we finally got it, bro. Fox Parks, and it has the new reforge as well. Worthy 8 armor penetration. Wait, that's so good. 15 damage and 8 armor penetration is really good, is it not? Alright, let's check it out. So, now we can summon Foxparks here. And when you right click, okay, when you just click while holding Foxparks, it turns into a flamethrower. Doesn't cost any ammo to use, and I think this is infinite, so let's check it out. Pretty good. And the reason I was getting this is so I could use it on Eater of Worlds mostly, because obviously it has some pretty good pierce on there. Okay, let's go to the corruption and fight the Eater of Worlds. So while we're in the corruption, I'm hoping to get I want to craft the spawner for Eater of Worlds because I don't really want to break shadow orbs, and I'm also going to build a little arena here. Okay, I just crafted the summon for Eater of Worlds, so let's buff up. Let me eat this burger and let's spawn this guy in. I'm gonna try and use the new Foxparks pet, see if it has some good damage. Seems to be alright. I hate that I have to be so close to him though. It seems to be very good at destroying his vile spit though, so that's very good. Alright, this is pretty strong against Eater Worlds. It's doing very good damage. The debuff definitely is doing a lot of damage. Oh, I'm die though, I'm low. I gotta lock in. There's some hearts here. Let me pick these up. Keep getting shot by all the projectiles. Gotta focus on dodging. I think the Eater Worlds has a new sound effect when he shoots a projectile. Because I was wondering what that sound was. Or maybe it's the sound of him digging through blocks and burrowing. I don't know. Dude, this weapon destroys Eater Worlds. It's definitely a very hard weapon to get. It takes a lot of grinding, but I think it is worth it. It's a very fun and unique way to kill Eater Worlds. Awesome. So with the Eater Worlds loot, I just crafted the Soul Scourge. This is the corruption version of like the Crimson Whip. Seems to be about the same, so I'm not going to use it because the Snapthorn is better. We also got the Worm Scarf, which I think I'll put on over the Shackle. Not gonna lie, these roller skates are actually very useful for building arenas. It makes it so much easier to place platforms. And actually, speaking about placing platforms, I think the update changed how Smart Cursor works with platforms. So you'll see here, if I have Smart Cursor out, now it's definitely more directional. Before you had to be right in line, now you can be kind of off and still place them in front of you. Definitely a great change. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and drop bombs here, and then we'll run up and fight the Brain of Cthulhu. I think I'm gonna use Foxparks again because of its ability to hit all the eyeballs at once. I mean, I thought this thing was good on the Eater Worlds. This thing actually shreds Brain of Cthulhu. That is insanely high damage right there. And even for second phase, this seems to be working wonders. Oh, got him. Perfect. Easy kill. Let's see what's in the treasure bag. We got a Brain of Confusion, which we're not going to use. And some Crimtane and tissue samples. So I believe that with shadow scales and tissue samples, we are able to craft a new summon weapon that got added in the update. Let's see. We're going to make the mushroom staff. It only has 5 summon damage, but since it is post evil boss, I'm assuming it has to be good. It does require 300 glowing mushrooms though, and 5 seeds, which I'm sure we don't have yet. Let's see how close we are. We have 6-7 glowing mushrooms, and we have probably no glowing mushroom seeds. That's okay because we do know where 2 glowing mushroom biomes are. Oh, blood moon. Let's go blood moon fishing. I'm actually ready this time. We have some more worms, and we have this fiberglass fishing pole, and I'm sure we will be able to take out a zombie now. Okay, we got the Wandering Eye fish. Just fish it up. Okay, it looks like its health bar is going down pretty quickly. That's good. I'm not sure if this guy is actually able to drop the vampire frog staff, but I believe it is the zombie merman and the eye fish can both drop it. So let's hope we can get it here. And it looks like we did not get it, but we did get some chum buckets, which we can use to increase our chances of fishing up blood moon enemies. It also looks like a meteor is falling, which is good because they added a new whip that we can make from meteorite, which I believe will be better than the jungle whip. We'll have to go check that out. Oh, we got the zombie merman again. Alright, we took him out and he dropped us the chum caster, which will hopefully help us catch even more blood moon enemies. Okay, perfect. So we got the vampire frog staff with the new reforge from the eyeball fish. I guess we're good to head home. We don't need to fight any more blood moon enemies. So let's check out the vampire frog staff. Looks good to me. It does have it has more damage than our Catvia, so I think we will keep it. But now that we're at the glowing mushroom biome, we just need to pick up as many mushrooms as we can. We're gonna need 300 mushrooms and 5 mushroom seeds. At this rate, it looks like it'll be very easy to get the mushrooms, but we have not gotten any seeds yet. Okay, there's one. Seeds might be a little bit harder to get. Okay, wait, actually we have 3 now. We only need 5. We have 4 total. Alright, this is looking pretty good. Okay, we have 300 glowing mushrooms and 5 glowing mushroom seeds, so we are able to craft the mushroom staff, the new Dead Cells crossover weapon. Let's go ahead and craft the mushroom staff. Alright, he seems to just run around behind me like the other minions. He has fun sound effects though. When we run into instant enemies, we'll see how he does. He doesn't seem to have much damage, but I would assume that he must have some kind of trick because he's post-evil boss. Let's go to the desert to find lava so we can make obsidian. Okay, it looks like the mushroom guy has some sort of attack where he'll jump at them. Doesn't seem to do a lot of damage though. Oh, and here's our meteor. I almost forgot about this. I should have mined some obsidian first for the obsidian skull. And now we can make the star crash, the new whip made from meteorite. Let's go reforge it. Looks like a pretty good reforge. It's got an interesting sprite and it attacks pretty quickly. Less damage than the Snapthorn, but that might be because it does not have as good of a reforge. Only 2 summon tag damage, but it seems to make meteorites fall onto enemies. I guess we'll use them both for now. We'll see which one is better. So I'm headed into the underground desert to hopefully find some lava that I can put together with water and get obsidian. And here's the golfer as well. Alright, we are around at where the lava starts spawning. Oh, and here's a bass statue as well. That's exactly what I wanted. Now we just have to find the edge of the desert biome, which should have hopefully some water nearby, and we can turn it into obsidian. Right here looks perfect. We do need 60 pieces of obsidian, which I don't think this is enough, unfortunately. Okay, we're 3 obsidian short. Hopefully we can find a little bit more water around the edge somewhere that we can pour onto this lava. Alright, we got just enough obsidian. We got 67 obsidian. And with that, we will be able to craft the obsidian armor. We should be able to. Oh, you need a hell forge. I suppose that makes sense. We're able to mine one now. Unfortunately, we have no easy way to get down there. So we might have to hold it on the obsidian armor. I'm going to start making an elevator right now, just so we will have one. And we also need to get a hell forge anyway. Okay, so it took a couple minutes, but I've just finished digging the elevator. And we have arrived in the underworld. Now, I did forget that this is the Drunk World Seed, so that means there is no underworld houses except on the edges, so we'll have to work our way over to the sides of the world if we want to find a Hellforge. Alright, we finally made it to the actual underworld. So let's go find some houses and pick up a Hellforge. And while we're here, we might want to also mine some Hellstone because we can make the Imp Staff. Alright, here is a Hellforge, and we should be able to take it up. Nice. And I also took an Obsidian Skin Potion, so I'm going to go mine some Hellstone while I'm here. We only need enough for the Imp Staff, so we don't need to gather too much. Okay, we have 200 Hellstone. I think that should be enough. So I'm going to go build a couple of houses down here so that we can get a pylon, and then I will head up and craft stuff with the new Hellstone we just got. Alright, so now we have the Hellforge as well as an underworld pylon, so we can come back here whenever we need to. So let's craft ourselves the obsidian armor. Which we will wear a full set of. This greatly increases our whip speed, it looks like. Now we don't have a whole lot of obsidian. However, there is obsidian in our elevator. It is right here. So let's go mine that up real quick and then see how much hellstone we can make. Alright, now we can make a bunch of hellstone bars. And with those, we can craft. First of all, we can make the molten pickaxe. And we can also make the imp staff, which I believe is a better summon than our frog staff. What's up, guys? So, bad news. OBS crashed while I was recording, and we lost a little bit of footage. I mean, as you can see, we did a couple things. So I did fight Queen Bee. It was kind of a crazy fight, but I beat her, and we got this bee armor, which will let me have one more minion. So I'm now using Fox Parks and 2 imps. I don't remember everything I did in the recording. I know that we tried to get the shimmer pylon, but it has disappeared now. So I'm going to head back down there and get that, because that is the last thing I did before it crashed. So luckily Terraria we didn't lose too much, but the recording unfortunately did get corrupted. I tried very hard to recover it, but it was pretty much impossible. ChatGPT said so, so it must be true. So we have just made it back to the shimmer, which we also found in the last part, so you did not get to witness that. However, now that we are here, we will purchase the... You might notice they're not selling the Aether pylon, but you have to actually buy any other pylon and you have to throw it into the shimmer and it will become the Aether pylon. It's a pretty unique way to get it, and I think that's pretty cool. So we got this pylon now. Perfect. So now let's go back to our house over here and go ahead and set up an arena. I'm going to take out this tree here so we can fight all across this whole area. Mining this tree by hand is taking too long, so we're going to pull a little trick over here so that we can go back home, but without losing our spawn point. So it's some little tech right here. So you want to just mine like the corner of your house with a bed. And then what you want to do, you got to place the sand block so that it will fall into place right there. And then take the recall. And now it has this new message. It did not have this before, but it will say natural walls in this bedroom need replacing. Or I guess it probably won't say that if your house doesn't have some walls behind it. But it will teleport you back to your house instead of, or back to spawn, I guess. Let's go ahead and buy just a couple bombs here. No use being saving my money. We're going to get more later anyway. And now that we have these bombs, we're done doing whatever we're going to do. You can just take a recall and you'll end up back at your house. You see the sand block filled the gap and you respawn here. So that's a neat trick for basically just DIY return potion. Bombs away. Alright, so we took down this tree, and with the wood from the tree we can craft a bunch of platforms and build a big arena here. I have to say the roller skates come in very handy for arena building. The coasting speed matching placement speed makes this very easy, along with the new smart cursor platform placement being way better than it was previously. Alright, it is now 7:30 and we can spawn Skeletron. 3, 2, 1. Let's try using Fox Sparks on his hands. Seems to have good damage. I didn't know his hands applied slowness. That might be a new feature. I don't remember that being in the game before. Alright, Skeletron's second hand, almost down. Perfect. Just the skull now. And now Skeletron is defeated. We got the Book of Skulls, nice. But while we're here, let's go explore the dungeon. We're only really looking for the Cobalt Shield, as I already got the Shadow Key from the dungeon chest I opened earlier. Oh, here's the new enemy, the Librarian Skeleton. And another Water Bolt. We also have this Water Bolt Mimic. Interesting. Alright, we just got the Cobalt Shield. Let's get this last chest, and then I think we're good to leave. So I just built this little arena, and we're going to spawn Deerclops now, because he's not that difficult of a boss. So we're going to take him out real quickly. Uh-oh. Luckily, Deerclops does not despawn. I've never known why he doesn't. I feel like he should. Alright, we are back to finish the job. Alright, Deerclops is almost dead. Perfect. And we get to see the nice Aura Borealis that was added. It looks amazing. So let's see what we got from the treasure bag. We did not get the turret, but that is okay. It's not that great anyways, and we're not going to use it for Wall of Flesh. But that is all that we're going to be doing in today's video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.